Okay, so actually I took another trade yesterday, which I guess I'll put at the beginning, or maybe I'll put that at the end of this video. But anyway, just to start off, so I used another charting software, and the bars are printing at different times than NinjaTrader here. So I'm not sure which one's more accurate. So I signed out of one of them and signed back into one of them, and we'll see if that problem is fixed. So I guess I had a little bit of fear of missing out, FOMO, and so I got into a trade. It quickly went south, but then just picked back. I was able to plus one it. So that's number one. Obviously, no fear of missing out, and just trying to think of all the things we learned yesterday before we continue for the day, which would be only move stop to plus one if it's an offensive move as opposed to a defensive move, and maybe stay the trades a little bit longer and not be afraid of losing money. And overall, we're trying to try to be in the right path. All right, so hopefully we will have a good day. All the best. Okay, so we're in a trade here. Things I remember are offensively move it up. So if it goes up a little bit more, I'm going to move my stop to plus one. Looks strong. I think I'm actually going to move my target higher if I can. For some reason, I can't move my target higher. Okay, I guess I will. But I'm going to move my stop up to plus one because it went up quite a bit.
Stop filled.
Okay, whatever. We got stopped out there. And so one of the things that I've been thinking about, at least yesterday, there were a number of trades where had I kept my profit at plus two, we probably would have been profitable. This is just the name of the game, the trade-off, or the trade-on. Should I move my stop to plus one or not? So this is what we decided we were going to do. So this is well within our trading plan. We're not going to be sad that we ended up with plus one. We didn't lose money. And just also for what it's worth, the price went to, I wanted to get into a trade over here, but as I mentioned, I'm having a bit of charting issues. So I don't even know if I would have gotten filled, to be honest. But that's okay. So I wanted to actually take a short here. I was considering strongly taking a short here, but it then ended up not even being so applicable, I guess would be the correct word to use. And we are going to be keeping on looking for good trades. All right. Let me just see. Also, there's another trade I was considering. One second. I was also considering getting in somewhere around here, but I'm not 100% sure. That's just based on a different system that I might have. But again, something that I have been considering is that the main thing is money management, not moving stops, and not reacting negatively to bad trades. All right, so we're actually okay. So we are going to be watching the chart and seeing what's going to happen for the day. All right. Okay, so I'm here. There's been so much buying, even though the price just can't seem to break this resistance, but I'm still holding it because I think eventually it's going to go up. I had a couple chances to get out with the tick profit, which maybe I should have done, but there's still so much more buying going on. The price seems so strong. It's also an election today, and the markets generally go higher on elections day. I kind of feel bad using that statistic because you can't really use that every day, but there's just so much buying going on. At least there was. Now it's kind of even. So I think I'm proud of myself for holding the trade this long and not checking out, but I'm still down. So I think I'm going to actually now move my stop to +1 as I've gone on the, even though we're still overall positive buying, I guess it's just what we have to do. Can't win them all.
Target filled.
Okay, let's see, 25. So we made 2 ticks over here. I held the trade much longer than I normally did, so I guess this is working a little bit, this exercise that I'm doing about holding trades. My goal originally was for it to get to 28.50, which it did. So silly me, I got out of the trade right before it shot up, but I really held it way longer than I normally would have, and it was just so plainly obvious that this was a good trade to take. There was so much buying going on. It's an election day. So had I held that trade a few more seconds, we would have made not just 2 ticks, but perhaps we would have made 2 points. So there we go. Maybe I just shouldn't move my stops at all. So that's either something to think about. Although I would call this an offensive moving my stop. Yeah, the price did go up quite a little bit, so kind of justified the ability to move my stop up. But I guess better safe than sorry. And so I guess we're gonna have to wait for another. We're gonna have to wait. Let's see where we're holding today. Okay, so we're up about a point today so far, and we will hopefully make a better trade. I'm not so sure about this trade because it's really counter trend. So if I stay in, I'm probably not going to go for the whole thing. There's lots of selling going on, so I think you could get a few ticks out of it at least. All right, I guess I'll just pause the recording, or we'll stop it until we have some action. Okay, so we're looking for a little bit over here because this is against the trend, so we're only going to take a little bit of profit, if anything. Yeah, okay, we're going to get out of here as soon as we can.
Target filled.
Okay, we made 3 ticks, which I guess was what we could have hoped for in such an anti-trend trade. But that's a so far pretty decent day. Okay. So the reason I took that trade was because there was a bunch of selling, and even which I felt would counteract the overall positive trend of the day, the overall bullish trend of the day, because there's lots of bearish price action, and I felt that that would be good enough for a few ticks, which is what we were able to get. All right. All right, so at least today we ended up in the green, up about 9 ticks. So, hopefully we can just take these days and minimize our losses and keep our profits going. And okay, all the best. Okay, so even though it's against the time of the day that I normally trade, I got in over here. I had a limit order over here because this was just a textbook trade. This was exactly what I would wanted in a trade. And I ended up making 1 tick because the price didn't go down right away. It went up a little bit and then it went down. Then right after I got out, maybe about 15 seconds, the price just started to crash lower, 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 lower. So what did I learn from here? Well, it was late in the day, so I'm kind of happy that I got out. On the other hand, maybe I should stop being such a chicken. And if I wanted to get out of a trade that hasn't had time to reach its potential, then I should not move my stop out because this is actually a defensive move. It didn't, the stop did not, the price didn't go past my entry enough to justify moving my stop up. So that's also something that I've spoken about and something that I'm going to try to be more cognizant with the help of making these videos. And hopefully everything is going to be well. I mean, we just would have made so much money on this trade had I stayed in. So definitely something to think about. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day.